You may not know this, but I suffer with imposter syndrome. I think about the impact that's going to affect the next generation. No matter what your upbringing may have been, it doesn't define who you are.
What is it like to be able to look out into the world and see the reach that you've been able to have, and to be able to see the impact that you have made on people, 5, 10, whatever years down the line, and look back and be like, wow, I started that. I was
Wow.
a part of, planting that seed, and look at how it's grown. Like, how does that feel? What's in your mind when that comes up?
I get emotional,
Mhm.
and I you may not know this, but I suffer with imposter syndrome. So I'm getting kind of emotional with that question because there's so many. The reach, the impact is so huge. It's it's like all I can say is but God, right? Because I'm just a servant. You know what I'm saying? But when I think about the impact that my husband and I have had on the world, I think about the children. I think about simultaneously, I think about my ancestors.
Yeah.
I think about the impact that's going to affect the next generation. So while I'm out here teaching moms and dads and future moms and dads and aunties and uncles, change the way they live, change the way they survive, change the way they contribute to the economy, change the way they serve in a mighty way, I think about the children, because it's going to have such a huge impact on people across the world, but specifically people that look like me. You know what I'm saying? Because I have this whole thought, right? My mantra is serve first and the money will come. But I have this thought of trust fund babies. I like that. I love that. I love the fact of us having a safe space where we can learn and allow our kids to really be on an equal playing field, where we don't have to expect the handout. We don't have to, leave. Like, my grandchildren will not leave college in debt. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They will not have student loans.
Mhm.
They will not have jacked up credit. You know what I mean? So I really have empowered myself to empower my grandchildren and then theirs. So it's legacy building. It's changing the narrative. It's representation. I think representation is so important. So the impact is monumental. I mean, I don't know a word other than, but God to really, or phrase, right? Or anything to sum it up except the grace of God to put me in this position, to put my husband and I in this position, for God to trust us with his people, for people to trust us with their money. You know what I mean? Because people are investing their hard earned, sometimes hard, sometimes saved, right? So it comes easy to some people, but not to most, not to the masses. So not only, has God entrusted us, but people are entrusting their future. You know what I'm saying? Their livelihood, the livelihood of their children, because we are making change. Like, this is a movement. Like I'm always saying, it's more than home care. It's more than home care. This is a movement. This is something that God has created that no man can tear down. You know what I'm saying? So this is serious. This is not like, oh, I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, and I'm generating money, and this is my business. Yeah, it's my business because my gift is making a way. But I'm put here to make a difference in the lives of people across this world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here to empower my people.
Right.
I mean, I'm here to let people know, no matter where you came from, the hood. I'm from the hood. I'm from the South Bronx. No matter what your upbringing may have been, it doesn't define who you are. You know what I'm saying? Or where you're going, or what you're capable of, or you know, just thinking again, about our ancestors and how strong they were. Like, I'm continuing that. Like Nipsey said, the marathon continues. You know what I'm saying? It continues. So we have to take what we've been given, good, bad, or whatever, and make something fabulous out of it, where people know your name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know that's kind of a long answer to a
No,
short
that
question.
was perfect.
That was deep for me. When you talk about impact.
Yeah. And then one last question: do you have any memory, like the earliest memory that you can dig up, not even necessarily as to when you started your journey within this industry, but when did you realize that you had this light inside of you? When did you realize, like, oh yeah, no, even if you weren't sure what it was yet, like, I'm definitely here to do something to give back?
Man, why are you so deep? I know you're so freaking emotional. This is why it's good not to know the question.
Like you say, I totally agree with that. Just a vessel. That's just what came to me. So
yes, okay.
Put it out there.
So I would say, as a kid, I knew I was different, right? So I was kind of like bougie hood as a kid. When I think about it, like in the hood, living in a tenement building, we all sat outside on the stoop, and then we would buy our little dollar sandwich, hero sandwich, one slice of cheese, one slice of ham, and a little bit of mayonnaise. And then, we would sit outside and eat it, and I was fine. But then when I walked into the building, I had to wrap it up. So that's when I say a little bougie. Like, everybody's like, why can't you eat? Like, you're just walking from here. You live on the first floor. It's like right there the door. But for some reason, I could not have open food going into a building. It was like weird, right? So I knew I was different. I always had straight A's. I excelled in sports. So I knew I was a little different, but I didn't know exactly what it was, right? And then I just received like compliments. Oh, you do this well, you do this well. And I wasn't in an entrepreneurial role at that time. I was just growing up in corporate, but I was like getting promotions and I'm like, okay, there's something about this girl. Like, how you say black girl magic?
Yes.
Like, I had it before it was a thing. Yes. Like, now it's like hashtag black girl magic. No, this black girl magic.
Yeah.
I think like we're born with it, right?
Yes.
Somebody just coined that phrase or
like
whatever.
Maybelline.
Yeah. So it was something, but I didn't know what. But I was different, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fast forward to knowing is when I stepped out. Well, prior to coaching, as the firm that we have, my husband and I have together, I helped many people start their business because I used to own a bunch of franchises and featured in Black Enterprise Magazine, Upscale Magazine, all these different accolades I can mention, right? And they were getting success by doing what I'm saying do, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe I have a gift at this. Why do I think this way? I'm like weird, right? So I'm still hood, half hood, half holy, right? So I'm like, okay, what's going on? So then I would say, do this, and I'm like, oh, they're making money. Like, they changed the way they live. So I'm like, okay. Then every time I started a business, I would get so much excitement starting the business. So I'm like, I like this part of it. I want to make money, but I like this part of it. So started helping some friends and this, and I'm like, oh yeah, hashtag black girl magic, something going on here. Guys blessed me with some craziness. I need to monetize it. I need to help more people, right? All these things go through my head. And then with my home care agency, I kept getting phone calls like, hey, I seen you here. Can you do this? Can you help me? And I'm like, you know what? Let me put out a YouTube video. Now, I've never done a YouTube video. Didn't know anything about it. I said, I'm going to put out a YouTube video. And then I was afraid because I'm a survivor of domestic abuse. So I'm like, oh my God, the person that tried to kill me is going to find me and see me on YouTube. And then like, oh, there she is. So I was a little hesitant. And then God started to speak to me and was like, do it. I was like, what? It's like, do it. You know, sometimes you get that itch. You're like, this mosquito bite. This mosquito bite. So I was like, I'm just going to help these people so they can stop messing up my search engine optimization. They keep clicking on my website, blah, blah, blah. So I did this video. Didn't know what I was doing anything. I just sat in front of it and did it. And then I looked down. There was this basket there. I had a little garbage can because back in the day in 2013, we just take a picture of a check and then I would just put the check in this box, right? So digital marketing or mobile marketing or mobile banking, right?
Yes.
Mobile banking. So then when I was doing a YouTube video, I looked down and I seen all these checks. I just picked the checks up and I threw them up in the air and made it rain. That's that hood part of me. Made it rain, right? And then people were like, wow. Then everything just blew up. They were like, I see you make it rain. So now they're calling my office more. I'm like, what? This is messing up my calls. I can't keep my calls. And someone said, can you teach me how to do it? And I'm like, if you don't call my office again and mess up, don't click on my website. This is making my pay-per-click expensive.
Yes.
Like, what? And then I helped. She had success right away. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Boom, boom, boom. So I literally never advertised everything. All of my clients, all referrals, word of mouth, YouTube, social media. And so at that point, when that phone started ringing, it started coming full circle. Like, I started thinking about all the things that God blessed me with, all these compliments, all these accolades. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I started feeling that swag. Like, oh, I'm about to help a lot of people make a lot of money. And then my people, I say my people, they're my people. I love them. So, and I have a very diverse group. So everyone is welcomed as long as they do the work. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what your likes are, dislikes. As long as you are respectful and you're going to do the work and serve the community, that's what it's about, right? And then people started generating 6 figures so fast and 7 figures and some 8 figures. I'm like, oh, I'm that girl in a very humble way, but the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The truth is the truth. Hey, ain't no BS here. Yep. The truth is the truth. I'm that girl, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm like, favor. And favor is fair.
Yes.
Favor is fair. So I think that's when I really knew, when people started changing the way they lived and the testimonials that started to come in. I just started to build a closer relationship with the Lord and was like, this is all you.
Yeah.
Like, you are showing out.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm your girl. I still have that hood side, so I'm not scared. You know what I mean? So I got that holy side, so I'm good. I'm going to rep you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it just worked out. And I freaking love it. And I love everything else I do. The consulting side of it is really the fun part of business for me. I absolutely love my clients. My clients love me. And the impact is global.
Yeah. Yay.
Well, I was like, I had to switch it up a little because you keep making me teary-eyed and about to cry. You about to shout.
As an actor, I'm good at that. But yes, just I guess real quick to kind of segue out. I think that's really beautiful, your answer. It stands out to me that everything that you gave in an answer about, acknowledging your own light had to do with giving back and things outside of and bigger than yourself, which I feel like speaks volumes to like your character and your intentionality behind what it is that you do, that I think really is a beautiful thing. So thank you for sitting down and speaking with me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
And where can the people find you in case they're new here?
Yes. So if you're brand new, first time seeing me, my name is Michele Williams, aka Coach Michele. I reside in Atlanta and I help people all over the world. And you can find me at homecarecoaching.com. Homecarecoaching.com. On Facebook, I am Coach Michele with 1 L. And on Instagram, I am Coach Michele with 1 L as well. So take care. God bless.